Welcome to End User Computing 201, Cloud Native Desktop and Application Virtualization. I'm Jeff Ferris. I'm the tech leader for End User Computing at Amazon Web Services. I'm in my 7th year here at Amazon, based out of Austin, Texas, and fun fact, I've been using a corporate workspace since we launched the capability. I haven't connected to a corporate VPN in at least 5 years. So what are we going to talk about today? Recruiting and empowering a differentiated workforce is a job for the whole company. It involves the C-suite, HR, and leadership at every level across the organization. And these days, IT plays an outsized role. For IT, it's only getting harder as customers we talk to are telling us about 3 major challenges. First, we have a more distributed and more flexible workforce. It's not news to anyone, but the world has changed, and we found that working from home is becoming a permanent part of how we're going to work moving forward. Gartner ran a survey that revealed 82% of company leaders plan to allow employees to work remotely at least some of the time. Nearly half, 47%, said they intend to allow employees to work remotely full-time going forward. And this is in addition to the trends that we already saw before 2020, a more distributed workforce with a global supply chain, more mergers and acquisition activity, and a shift to more contingent and gig workers. The workforce can be anywhere, and IT has to make sure that they are empowered to work from their best spots on a moment's notice. Second, we need to improve productivity. Competition is getting tougher, the cloud is accelerating that, and as companies in every segment and industry are unleashing key innovation as they migrate to the cloud, the bar continues to get higher. I've never talked to a customer who told me that their workforce is getting just a little too productive. Third, we can never compromise on security and reliability. With data becoming more digital and more powerful, coupled with a highly distributed workforce, the bad guys are getting smarter and more dedicated. A single data breach can cost millions of dollars and impact a brand for years. Security is more critical now than ever, and reliability is just non-negotiable. If the workforce is down, your ability to deliver for your customers is down. The good news is, these are the types of challenges that the cloud was really designed to help with. With workers working from home and the definition of the office becoming ever more nebulous, having the right tools in the right place is critical. Customers used to over-provision to ensure they had enough capacity to handle workforce operations at peak levels of activity. With the global elasticity of the cloud, this lets customers provision the amount of resources that they actually need, knowing that they can instantly scale up or down with the needs of their business. And AWS enables customers to deploy globally in minutes. Each region at AWS is a separate geographic area around the world where we have a physical presence. Within each region, we have multiple isolated locations called availability zones. Using AWS, customers can leverage 77 availability zones across 24 geographic regions worldwide without negotiating any real estate or co-location agreements. AWS has been continually expanding our services to support virtually any cloud workload, and now we have more than 200 fully featured services for compute, storage, database, IoT, networking, analytics, security, machine learning and artificial intelligence, end-user computing, business productivity, virtual reality and augmented reality, media and entertainment, and application development, deployment, and management. The AWS Marketplace connects customers with more than 1,600 independent software vendors to meet their business needs. And the AWS Cloud is designed for pay-as-you-go approach to pricing. With AWS, you pay only for the individual services that you need for as long as you use them without requiring long-term contracts or complex licensing. And once you stop using those services, there are no additional costs or termination fees. With this choice and freedom, it's easier to find, try, and use the right application. And if one stops being a good fit because business conditions change, you can change too. At AWS, we never compromise on security and reliability. Security and reliability are job one and will continue to be our top priority. AWS has been architected to be the most flexible and secure cloud computing environment available today. Our core infrastructure is built to meet the security requirements for military, global banks, and other high-sensitivity organizations. AWS uses the same secure hardware and software to build and operate each of our regions, so all of our customers benefit from the only commercial cloud that has had its service offerings and associated supply chain vetted and accepted as secure enough for top-secret workloads. This is backed by a deep set of cloud security tools, with more than 230 security, compliance, and governance services and key features. From the Price Waterhouse COVID-19 remote work survey, we got a deeper view into how organizations responded and continue to address the challenges of the pandemic and post-pandemic workplace. Of course, the biggest change is the move to a more distributed and flexible workforce. In 2020, we all needed to react quickly to shift to work from home. Practically overnight, almost all non-essential workers had to set up an office at home, and you had to rally to get them up and running securely, connected at levels seldom if ever experienced by most organizations. But we've been doing this now for over a year, and the panicked phase of work from home is over. Plus, vaccines are here and they're starting to get momentum. The conversations I'm having with customers now are really starting to shift to discussions about those longer term plans. My conversations, and in the EUC space, I've had a lot of them, are consistent with what we've seen in the study from PwC. Companies are moving to hybrid work arrangements. 83% of US executives say they intend to return to some kind of hybrid working environment, with 1 in 10 looking at giving up office space entirely. And the spend supports the story. 72% are increasing their investment in tools for virtual collaboration, and 70% in their infrastructure to secure virtual connectivity. And that's what I want to spend time on today: end user computing at AWS. For those of you who are new to end-user computing at Amazon, we have 2 core services. Amazon Workspaces, our cloud-native persistent desktops, and Amazon AppStream 2.0, our cloud-native non-persistent applications and desktops. These services enable your teams to securely access desktops, applications, and data they need to get their jobs done. AWS end-user computing services are designed for today's increasingly remote workforce that needs access to content from anywhere while working across borders, time zones, and organizations. These services give you the agility to respond to the changing needs of your workforce. You can scale up or scale down resources on demand, providing your teams with the resources that they need, all without deploying or operating physical infrastructure. Our mission is to deliver the ability to securely get work done from anywhere on any device. There are 4 core benefits to customers choosing us to deliver secure access to their internal end users. First and foremost, we help customers increase security. At AWS, everything we do starts with security, and our EUC services are built on the AWS Cloud. The AWS Cloud has over 200 security certifications and is built for the needs of our most security-focused customers. With Amazon Workspaces and Amazon AppStream 2.0, all communication to the endpoint device is encrypted over secure protocols including PC over IP, NICE DCV, and the Workspaces streaming protocol. No user data is stored on the local device, reducing the opportunity for loss. If someone leaves a company endpoint device in the back of a rideshare, your data remains safe in the cloud. Second, we help you increase agility. Organizations need to scale up and scale back at a moment's notice, and they need to be able to move their end-user computing power to anywhere on the globe overnight. Our services allow you to roll out Windows and Linux desktops and application access anywhere in the world in minutes, and you can unroll them just as quickly. End-user computing power when and where you need it. No international data center contracts required. Third, we increase reliability. Running VDI on-prem is hard. When I talk to customers about uptime for the systems they have built over the years, and I tell them that we have a 99.9% uptime SLA, they understand the power of the cloud to improve that end user productivity. And now other companies are starting to move to the cloud as well, and we are excited to see that others see the future of virtualization for end users is in the cloud. But we've been doing this since 2014, and there's just no compression algorithm for experience. Fourth, we help you save money. Because we run in the cloud at scale, we can keep our infrastructure costs low, and we pass those savings to you. We have a range of compute instances and bundles that help you find the right level of performance for your users at the right price. And of course, we're pay as you go. No need to worry about buying servers or licenses. You pay for what you use, you don't pay for what you don't use, and you get on with your business. Underlying all of this, we are a fully managed service. Unique to Amazon, we provide a fully cloud-managed VDI service enabling the global scale, reliability, and security that customers demand. With Amazon virtual desktops and applications, all of the traditional virtual desktop infrastructure complexity is abstracted away, allowing organizations to quickly design, provision, and centrally maintain users' virtual applications and desktops at the image and policy control level. By abstracting these discrete infrastructure layers, IT is no longer burdened with performing the undifferentiated build and maintenance activities and can focus more attention on activities that help create business value. That's why we have tens of thousands of customers and hundreds of thousands of users in every industry and every region. From the biggest companies like here at Amazon to startups and small and medium businesses around the world, in industries including healthcare, independent software vendors, universities, media and entertainment, state and local government, retail, finance, banking, aerospace, manufacturing, power generation, and distribution. And we can meet the needs of all of those industries, in part because AWS has achieved a number of internationally recognized certifications and accreditations, demonstrating compliance with third-party assurance frameworks, such as ISO 27017 for cloud security, ISO 27018 for cloud privacy, and SOC 1, 2, and 3. Customers can build PCI and HIPAA-compliant workloads on AWS, and we've achieved important certifications like FedRAMP at both moderate and high levels, as well as SRG impact levels 2, 4, 5, and 6 for Department of Defense systems. These certifications help support customer compliance requirements such as ITAR, FISMA, CGIS, NIST 800-53, and 171. We also have ISO 9001, which is primarily for healthcare, life science, medical devices, and automotive and aerospace. Our products are simple to deploy and manage, and they work with your existing tools. This means there's a minimal learning curve for your IT admins. You can still use the systems management and monitoring that you have in place today. Network configuration is at the VPC level, so you can provide access to your intranet, your on-premises resources, or services running in other accounts through standard AWS networking constructs. You can use your existing directory or identity provider. We give your users an additional layer of security by integrating with existing multi-factor authentication systems. And with workspaces, you have the option of restricting access to trusted devices through certificate-based authentication. Amazon Virtual Applications and Desktops help IT practitioners simplify the deployment and ongoing management of end users' virtual apps and desktops over traditional on-prem solutions by providing pre-configured instances tailored for workloads, from basic productivity apps to high-end graphics and high-performance compute apps that are easy to spin up and easy to automate. Amazon AppStream 2.0 provides a variety of auto-scale and scale-up and scale-down policy controls based on capacity utilization or schedule. Administrators get real-time usage, performance logging, and monitoring of workspaces and AppStream environments using AWS CloudWatch. AWS CloudWatch captures metrics such as workspaces availability and health, connect and disconnect activity for both workspaces and AppStream users, and capacity usage reports across your AppStream fleets. Customers can streamline common workflows with APIs that automate user self-service requests, image creation and deletion, instance start and stop, workspaces restore or rebuild operations, and more. In addition, Amazon Applications and Desktop Services can easily extend and integrate with popular third-party systems and application management or IT service management platforms to automate workflows for managing those larger environments. It's worth noting that in 2020, it was really workforce continuity that was the dominant use case for us. Customers needed to get up and running from home, and they needed it overnight. We learned as an industry that workforce continuity isn't just a phrase. It's mission critical to be ready for any disruption that can happen anytime. When COVID came, our customers came to us. They needed some fundamental capabilities just to keep the lights on. We ramped up our internal solutions architecture training. We scaled up our end user compute specialist community, and we worked to train customers and partners on how to scale and build on Amazon's end user computing services. We helped small businesses keep running. We helped enterprises completely redo how they support their workforce, practically overnight. In fact, for some customers, we saw them scale by tens of thousands of users in just a few days. Grubhub went from a handful of workspaces to 1,200 in 2 days. LA County Internal Services Department enabled 30,000 remote workers with Amazon AppStream 2.0. Hankook Corporation brought up work-from-home call centers in 2 weeks, projecting a savings of over $500,000 a month in real estate costs. And Amazon.com added over 3,000 workspaces a week during the initial COVID-19 outbreak, growing from 25,000 users to 100,000 active users, with many new hires getting a corporate workspace in lieu of any physical device. Now, I mentioned Grubhub earlier. Let's dive a little deeper, peel back the onion, if you will, on their workspaces implementation. Grubhub needed to ensure business continuity, moving all departments to a work-from-home model, and they needed to be able to scale up or down quickly while allowing employees to use their own devices. Grubhub deployed 1,200 workspaces in just 2 days and enabled employees without corporate-owned devices to securely access company apps and resources, accommodating their need for real-time customer communication and contact channels. As you can see by the quote from their CISO, Amazon Workspaces gave them the flexibility to control costs and scale their virtual desktop environments to meet the needs of their customers, their restaurant partners, and their drivers for whatever comes next. Another great customer use case for the Amazon desktops and application streaming products comes from GE Renewable Energy. GE had an executive mandate to migrate 80% of their applications to AWS. They were looking to rehost versus rewrite many of their Windows client applications, and they wanted to return application management to the line of business application owners. GE Renewable Energy deployed AppStream in multiple regions to support their global footprint, using automation to scale in and scale out their fleets. With Amazon AppStream 2.0, they didn't need to operate any infrastructure, and they could scale on demand to any number of users. In addition, the central IT team was able to delegate responsibility back out to application owners in each business unit, saving them days of work every month as they continued to scale their deployment. Amazon virtual applications and desktops are consistently delivered with high reliability and performance for our customers. Our services have consistently achieved 5 nines of availability, backed by a monthly service uptime SLA guarantee of 99.9%, where billing credits automatically get applied. Both Workspaces and AppStream 2.0 are built to be deployed across multiple availability zones, increasing availability for your end users. Fleet autoscaling for Amazon AppStream 2.0 lets you change the size of your AppStream 2.0 fleet automatically to match the supply of available instances to the user demand at the time. You can define scaling policies that adjust the size of your fleet automatically based on a variety of utilization metrics, and you can optimize the number of available instances to match user demand over time. You can also choose to turn off automatic scaling and make the fleet run at a fixed size. Customers can deploy virtual applications and desktop services in a warm standby mode in additional regions to meet disaster recovery objectives for key users and business critical apps. And a new Amazon Workspaces cross-region redirection feature is designed for customers who deploy workspaces in multiple regions to achieve regional resiliency and high availability. The feature enables you to redirect users to a disaster recovery region when your primary Amazon Workspaces region is unreachable due to disruptive events, without your users having to switch registration codes. Amazon Workspaces gives customers the flexibility to tailor solutions that fit the needs of their end users. We have clients for Windows, Linux, Android and Chromebook, Mac OS and iPad, web access, PC over IP0 clients, and Fire tablets. You can choose Workspaces running the Windows 10 desktop experience or the Amazon Linux 2 running a Mate desktop environment. We offer a variety of bundle configurations. That's the combination of virtual CPUs and memory, including Value, Standard, Performance, Power, Power Pro, and graphics bundles that bring additional GPU capabilities. Workspaces offers flexible pricing in both monthly and hourly configurations. Amazon AppStream 2.0 offers a client-free download through modern HTML5 browsers, including Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Safari, Microsoft Edge, or Microsoft Internet Explorer 11 or later. AppStream also offers a client for Windows that enables enhanced capabilities, including greater screen resolution, access to USB devices, and a native application experience. We offer a variety of instance families, including general purpose, compute optimized, memory optimized, and 4 different graphics families, including various models of NVIDIA and AMD GPUs. AppStream offers both always-on fleets for optimizing for immediate end-user response, or on-demand fleets, which, along with our robust scaling policies, can assist in optimizing for costs. Amazon End-User Computing services are available in 14 of our 24 worldwide regions, so you can easily deploy your virtual desktops and applications to address a global audience. Amazon Virtual Apps and Desktops provide tools and policies that IT can use to help control the costs of your managed services. These tools and policies include an installable cost optimization monitoring tool on the AWS console. The Amazon Workspaces Cost Optimizer analyzes all of your instance usage and data and automatically converts the workspaces to the most cost-efficient pay-as-you-go billing option, hourly or monthly, depending on the user's individual usage. And that break-even point comes in at around 82 to 84 hours per month. The auto stop running mode stops a workspace after a specified period of an inactivity, enables that less expensive hourly billing designed for users who don't spend all day on their workspace. Similarly, AppStream offers on-demand instances to help reduce costs. Also, to address cost, AppStream offers a variety of scaling policies based on either capacity utilization or schedule. And with Amazon Workspaces, the client offers self-service and user support. So as an admin, you can enable self-service workspaces management capabilities for your end users to reduce IT support tickets and provide users with more direct control over their experience, allowing them to, or restricting them from, perform tasks such as restarting a workspace, changing a bundle type, changing between always-on or hourly modes, or adjusting their disk volume size. So for those of you who have caught one of my EUC sessions before, thanks, Mom. I'm sure a lot of this sounded very familiar. So let's talk about some of our recent releases. When it comes to security and agility, there are some things that we've already talked about. The ability to scale up and down anywhere, pay-as-you-go licensing, the over 200 certifications that the AWS cloud has, and the fact that with our virtualization solutions, data is never at rest on end-user devices, which is just critical for reducing the risk of data leaks. This year, we launched Workspaces Cross-Region Redirection. This feature allows you to easily redirect users to a disaster recovery region when your primary Amazon Workspaces region is unavailable due to a disruptive event, without your users needing to switch registration codes in the client. This feature leverages your DNS's health check and failover capabilities, and customers who already use Amazon Route 53 can benefit from health checks that monitor Amazon CloudWatch alarms when devising their cross-region redirection strategy for workspaces. And when it comes to end-user computing economics, let me tell you about a couple of ways we're accelerating your savings. First, we launched AppStream 2.0 non-persistent desktops. This is a really exciting release. Previously, AppStream 2.0 streaming sessions only showed the windows of the applications that were launched. But with this launch, you can enable a desktop view on your fleet, which provides the same full desktop experience that your users are familiar with the existing non-persistent capabilities that AppStream 2.0 provides. You can enable the desktop view when you create a new fleet, or you can update the settings on an existing fleet by stopping the fleet and making configuration changes. This non-persistent option allows us to deliver a full desktop experience at a lower price for those customers who don't need the persistent instance that you get from Amazon Workspaces. We've gotten this request a lot from our contact center customers, from our business process outsourcing customers, and a lot of our education and labs customers. The initial uptake is really positive, and we're very excited about where it's going to go. Now you can also subscribe to Microsoft Office Professional from AWS directly on Bring Your Own Windows License Workspaces. This new offering makes it easier for customers to use the Office suite of applications on BYOL Amazon Workspaces with pay-as-you-go pricing for the Office suite. For end-user experience on Amazon AppStream 2.0, we've added support for real-time audio to seamlessly redirect local webcam video and input to AppStream 2.0 streaming sessions. With more users working from home, they have to rely heavily on video conferencing applications for collaboration. With real-time audio video support, you can make video conferencing and other streaming applications available to your users to enhance the availability for teams to collaborate from anywhere. Your users can collaborate by using familiar video conferencing applications without having to leave their AppStream 2.0 session. This feature is available at no additional cost in all regions where AppStream 2.0 is available. Now, before I tell you about our next new feature, let's take this totally unscripted look at a day in the life of Munir Mirza, our General Manager of AWS End User Computing.
We are Unicorn Disruption! And we are here to rock!
Disruption, all right. Maple, let's go find a quieter place to work. I gotta get this done.
Welcome, everybody, to the Loft event here in San Francisco.
Packet loss is crazy up here. Can't use my workspace. Just a second, Maple. I have an idea for my team to work on something to fix this. Okay, girls, big announcement.
Is this gonna take long, Dad? Because I gotta practice my stage dive.
Relax. You know how Amazon Workspaces runs my desktop in the cloud, which allows me to securely access it anywhere and from any device, right?
Of course.
Well, the big news is we just finished the Workspaces streaming protocol.
Yay!
Bring it in. Thank you, Maple. Thank you. All right, girls. Let me explain. WSP is a new protocol for Amazon Workspaces that keeps it running in some poor network conditions. Do you want to know how?
Obviously.
Well, it decouples the streaming protocol from the workspace. This lets WSP offload metric analysis, codec selection, and encoding decoding to specialized microservices that run on AWS.
Dad, you had me at decoupling the streaming protocol.
Right? And WSP can adapt its codecs to real-time changes in each user session, providing a consistent experience.
We really respect you and your work, Dad.
Aw, thank you. You didn't really have to say that. All right then, let's get back to it.
So the cloud provides that ability to be elastic.
We had them at decoupling the streaming protocol.
All right, at reInvent 2019, we announced the beta of the Workspaces streaming protocol. Since then, we've been hammering away, improving the service, listening to customers, and improving the most important parts. After thousands of users with over 100,000 hours of testing, we went full GA at reInvent 2020. It's an exciting time, and this GA really starts to open the door to reimagining the end user experience and accelerating our vision of the most productive people using virtualized applications by default. The Workspaces streaming protocol is cloud native, built from the ground up to meet the scalability and security challenges of the cloud. It's built with a microservices architecture. The Workspaces streaming protocol is improved by quick and independent microservice enhancements in the cloud. This enables frequent feature and performance enhancements while requiring fewer updates to your workspace. The protocol is also resilient in high-loss networks. With Workspaces streaming protocol, Workspaces users have improved interactivity over high latency and high-loss networks. Workspaces streaming protocol improves interactivity in situations with unstable network conditions and at global distances. With WSP, users can access their cloud desktops from locations where traditional VDI would not work, such as offshore facilities, deep ocean ships, and highly disrupted Wi-Fi networks. The Workspaces streaming protocol enhances interactivity by dynamically adjusting the streaming experience based on a combination of the user's activity and the network's health. When you're deciding between Amazon Workspaces and Amazon AppStream 2.0, think about your users' needs and keep these features in mind. With Amazon Workspaces, users get their own persistent desktop running either Amazon Linux or the Windows 10 experience. It's the same instance every time a user logs in. User customizations persist between logins, and that can include additional applications that the user installs beyond the base image. Workspaces are managed like a traditional desktop or laptop, and a workspace is deployed for a named user. With Amazon AppStream 2.0, it's non-persistence. The experience is non-persistent with a new instance every time the user logs in. In desktop view, a user sees a familiar desktop experience. In an application view, a user sees only the applications that you've published for them every time. Only admin selected customizations will persist between logins. That's generally going to be scoped to user data or application configuration settings. AppStream instances are managed more like a kiosk and deployed with the expectation of multiple users. Instances are not provisioned based on named users. We have an extensive selection of Amazon Partner Network consulting partners with the AWS Digital Workplace competency. The APN partners provide service offerings around the world to help customers with their strategy, professional services, managing infrastructure, repeatable intellectual property, and optimization of end-user computing technologies on AWS. To learn more about what our AWS Partner Network can do for you, check out our AWS Digital Workplace competency partners at aws.amazon.com/partners. And if you're interested and you want to learn more, you can schedule an AWS EUC deep dive on your use case. You can connect with an AWS Digital Workplace competency partner, or you can schedule an EUC immersion day with your team. Also, be sure to check out our free Amazon Workspaces and Amazon AppStream 2.0 training courses on aws.training under the User Services domain. All right, once again, I'm Jeff Ferris. Thank you very much for joining me today, and please do complete the session survey. We use that feedback to tune our sessions for the future. Really appreciate your time. Thank you.